Welcome back to a portfolio update. I stopped doing these weekly, but after the day we just had after US inflation numbers, I figured it was best to hop on this after watching one of Joseph Carlson's videos and other finance YouTubers and seeing how much they were down. And yeah, I woke up today down $620 compared to when I went to sleep. So yeah, not the best start to the day, but kind of understanding why this happened is something I wanted to go through and kind of make a video on and show how my portfolio acted to that. So probably looking at it quickly here. This article by CNBC I think sums it up really well. With tech stocks crushed in market sell-off, you can kind of read through this and see what kind of happened. As it says here, the 6 largest US tech companies lost more than $500 billion on Tuesday after an unexpectedly high August inflation report. And yeah, lots of people think it's not going to stop either. There's worries over the September number, and yeah, whether that gets higher, maybe that causes another market pullback. But yeah, rough day for investors, especially someone like myself who is, as you guys can see, very heavily invested into the tech with this portfolio specifically. So yeah, kind of going through it. Apple down nearly 6%, Amazon down 7%, even Costco, which isn't even a tech position, is down 5.42%, Google 6%, and yeah, going through. And then one I really wanted to highlight was Facebook Meta. This is a position that I've just been holding on to because it got to the point where it was so low that I figured it wasn't even worth selling it anymore. And you can just see how steady it's been, and then another fall off and another fall off, and it's still not necessarily recovering back to prior to the whistleblower saga, I should say. But yeah, just trying to hopefully get it back a bit more up before I can sell it. But yeah, this is one of those positions where it's kind of bit me in the butt, and you can see down 60% in just the last year. Going through it again, kind of going through to better understand it. Yeah, overall the markets got hit horribly. You can see Apple here lost $154 billion in market cap value. Steepest drop off since September 2020. And yeah, someone who's been invested in Apple for basically, it was one of my first stocks I bought. You can kind of see it's been great. But again, when you do long-term value, kind of long-term perspective, look at these stocks. Even in the last week, the stock's basically even. You see it had this big run up and then fell off, but to kind of put things into perspective, at the start of the week it was sitting at basically the exact same price. So although today might seem like a massive sell-off for a lot of companies, maybe you look at your portfolio and you see after it was finally going good, things go bad. But yeah, a range of companies. You just look, they basically started the week off pretty much or somewhat similar to what they were before, and it makes it look not as bad, which kind of sums up how investors are looking at the market right now. It's kind of just trying to get through these hard times. No one really knows too much what's going on. And yeah, take a look at SPY, just the overall market. The last week is still up. Even after this horrible sell-off, it's still up. Look at the last month, down. 3 months is finally up again. But yeah, over the year, stocks still haven't rebounded to what they were at the end of last year and the start of this year. Things are still slugging along. Inflation's still hitting people. And yeah, kind of while touching on that, the September inflation numbers will be very interesting to look at. Coming in, because you can kind of see, I know CNBC has done another article on it around, which was probably something I'll look into as well. But yeah, even UK inflation rate, I saw this one earlier, dips to 9.9% as fuel prices decline. And it's not just a problem with US stocks, it's around the world. I know with the UK especially, there's been stuff around the energy sectors and prices, businesses and people are paying for, and are going to be paying for when it goes into winter for heating. So there's big issues around the world, and that's one of the reasons people think we could still be pushing towards a recession. But yeah, I thought it was definitely a time to do a portfolio update. And yeah, this portfolio's had a rough recently, down 12% now. I remember when it was up 12%. So kind of going through it on this, it's a very heavily invested into tech. and that's something I kind of want to move a little way around. I want to diversify a bit more, and VOO is still easily my biggest holding, so diversifying into that kind of gives me a bit more broad. But if you look at all my individual stocks, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the 7 are tech stocks, and then I'm invested in the QQQ as well, which is the NASDAQ, which is mainly tech stocks. And yeah, so when stuff like this happens, this portfolio gets hit extremely hard, and yeah, like it says, down $620 in one day. So it's never easy looking at your portfolio like that and seeing it down, but like I said, you have to take the long-term look at it. You look at the stocks, they're basically even, a lot of them this week. Even the S&P's up this week. So as it did have that run-up, seeing the fallback, it's not as bad as it seems, and it is something people should look long-term on, but it will be interesting to see how September inflation reports come out, due to how large the August one was, and we'll see how things go. Hopefully things can kind of get a bit more under wraps and things kind of level out and inflation can kind of slow down a bit, but it's not looking the best for investors right now, unless you were looking for someone to buy in. Maybe you see this as a buying opportunity and kind of getting into stocks. I know I wish maybe I had a bit more cash on hand to buy into some stocks right now. This is a great time to get into some, but these are quality companies, and if you're looking to add quality companies into your portfolio for a long-term perspective, this is a great time to add in my opinion. And yeah, while things are down, things aren't going to be down forever at the end of the day. I remember when COVID hit and things took a massive dip. I mean, you could even look at SPY. Now, how far back do we look from the COVID dip, how long ago that was now, and how things have been. So although it's been a rough year, there's always a long-term perspective. So investing in something like SPY and kind of holding it is maybe something I would suggest, but at the end of the day, you have to do your own research. It's your own portfolio. Just because this portfolio that I show on here is heavily in tech doesn't mean you should do that, and you should really do your own research and search when you would feel comfortable investing in stocks and what stocks positions you would feel good investing in for the long term. But yeah, that's an update. The portfolio sits at $11,246,000, and yeah, I have $2.94 buying power. I don't think I'll be able to buy much, but I think that was from Microsoft dividend. But yeah, hopefully things can kind of rebound, and I might even deposit some money now and try to buy in. But I think I'm just going to hold tight for mostly now and just kind of ride this out. And yeah, again, looking to next year, hopefully things can go a bit better and kind of just get through now, keep building the portfolio up, and yeah, eventually get to the green days over the red. That was a quick portfolio update, and for more business and portfolio updates weekly, tune in for the monthly updates as well, where I have a second investment account, a Vanguard account I also go through. And yeah, that's it for now, and hopefully the portfolio isn't down as much when I wake up tomorrow.